Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 5th of March. Ash Wednesday, we're back into purple. Today with McShane, we read Luke chapter 19, and in it we have the parable of the rich man and his 10 minas. We're told a man of noble birth went to a distant country to have himself appointed king, and then to return. So he called 10 of his servants and gave them 10 minas. "Put this money to work," he said, "until I come back." He was appointed king, and when he came back, he called the various people to him. The first one came and said, "Sir, your mina has earned 10 more." "Well done, my good servant," his master replied. "Because you've been trustworthy in a very small matter, take charge of 10 cities." The next person came and said, "Your mina earned 5 more." He said, "Wonderful, take charge of 5 cities." The last one comes and says, "I was afraid of you, so I went and I hid your money under the ground. Here's your mina back." And he asks, "Why then didn't you put my money on deposit so that when I came back, I could have collected it with interest?" And he condemns him. And the point was not just that he hadn't made any money, but that he'd been disobedient, because the master had said, "Here it is, put this money to work." Not just keep it safe, but put it to work. And he hadn't. And so he was condemned because he didn't do what he was told to do. But those that did do what they were told, this wonderful image: you have been trustworthy in a smaller thing, I'll give you big responsibilities. And as I read that, I thought, what has God put us in charge of? What has God entrusted to us? And will God look at us one day and say, "You've been trustworthy"? And surely that must be the one thing we want to hear from God. You've been trustworthy, well done. Whatever the reward is, that's not what we're aiming for, but we're saying we want to be trustworthy. And so God has given us various tasks of being obedient, of following him, of spreading the good news, of loving people, of forgiving people. All those things that we read in the scriptures, that's what he's tasked us with. And our prayer is, Lord, make us trustworthy. And today, as we begin Lent, and we're looking forward to the preparation for Easter, and part of what we do in Lent as Anglicans is we exercise a measure of self-discipline in fasting for Lent. And our prayer is, Lord, make us trustworthy in these small things, because giving up chocolate or wine or coffee or whatever it is that we give up for Lent, and hopefully we give up something or take something on, and I'm going to read a chapter of a book in the Bible every single day, or whatever it might be. Actually, those are quite small things. But what God says is, we want him to say to us, as he said to the servants, "You've been trustworthy in a very small matter. Take charge of 10 cities." And so we say, God, even in these small matters, let us not think that they are irrelevant because they're small, because they're not. So be encouraged to be obedient, to be trustworthy as we serve our God. Be blessed.